Welcome to Pilates for Runners. It's day 4 of your 7-day challenge, and this session is focused on upper back and shoulders. Now, when I first started running, I was doing a desk job, and one of the hardest things that I found was I spent all day with my shoulders rounded over my computer, my phone, documents I was working on. And then when I came to go running, I really struggled to move my shoulders back and lift up through the crown of the head to get open across the chest. After I got into that position, if I could, I really struggled to maintain it. So that towards the end of a run, I'd be rounded, I'd be sinking down towards the floor. And that really affects your running form. If you think about the mechanics of running, if you can lift up and open across your chest, it's going to make breathing a lot easier, which obviously if you're doing cardio, it's quite important. Also, when you think about the hips, if you are sinking down through the upper body and rounding the shoulders, it really restricts how open you can get through your hips. If you can lift up and away, you're going to get a much better extension in the hip, and therefore your whole cycle through your leg is going to become much smoother and more effective. So it's not just the upper back that's affected by those rounded shoulders, it actually affects everything down below as well. So this session, we're going to work on mobilizing the upper back and shoulders, but also on strengthening them so that once you get into that position, you can hold it when you're running. So when you're ready, we're going to come down onto the mat. So once you get down on the mat, I've come into a kneeling position, but if you're more comfortable with your legs crossed, that's absolutely fine. From here, we're going to lift up through the crown of the head. So imagining that piece of string pulling you up, lifting the rib cage up and away from the hips without flaring the rib cage forwards. When you're there, draw the shoulders back and down, and then gently connect those lower abdominals. So pulling in just a third of the way. From there, we're going to sweep the arms up towards the ceiling and then open them as wide as you can. So we're starting off this session by mobilizing through the upper back and shoulders, and then we're going to put some strength work in place to help hold that position. So lifting up nice and wide with the arms. See if you can take them outside of your eye line so that you can really stretch and open across the chest and across the front of the shoulders. Good. For 3, lift up nice and tall. 2 and 1. Coming back down. This time we're going to take just 1, take it past the ear as close as it'll go, and we're going to rotate with the body, tap behind and then come back. Same on the other side, lift past the ear, rotate the upper body and then come back. So the hips stay facing forward, we're getting that rotation in the thoracic spine, so the upper back. Good, nice full wide breaths. Exhale behind, inhale back. Good, we've got 2 more to each side. Really reach that arm behind you as far as it will go. And then return. Last ones to each side. Reach and return. Good, reach and return. Lovely. From there, we're going to come onto all 4s. We're going to have the wrists under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. We're going to pick up the right hand, thread it through between the left hand and knee. Coming down onto the floor, we're gently going to press into the left hand and see if we can rotate round a little bit further towards the ceiling. And gently release that off. Unthreading the hand, we're going to take it up to the ceiling and look towards it. Come down and we're going to do the same the other way. So left hand threads through. We're going to push into the right hand, twist round towards the ceiling as far as we can get. Slowly release. And then take that hand up. So the aim with this is to get, again, the movement in the upper back. So when you thread through, the bottom is staying over the knees and it's not dropping out to either side or dropping towards your heels. Press into the floor to help you get round and then slowly release. Take it up. And then up. Good, we can do 1 more to each side. Thread through, release, last time, pressing into the floor to help with that rotation and then releasing off, taking it up. Lovely. From there, we're going to come back onto all 4s with the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. just pointing the tailbone down and away from you. So you're not hanging the belly down, you're not rounding the spine up. You've got that lovely midpoint in neutral. Lower abs are connected. And then we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. So as you do, your chest is going to drop towards the floor without bending into the elbows. So you squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then you're going to try and separate the shoulder blades as much as possible. So push away from the floor, try and separate the shoulder blades, and then squeeze them together. So you're not curling and arching the lower back, and you're not bending into the elbows. All of the movement is coming from the shoulder joint. Away, and then squeeze together. Away, and then squeeze together. So once you've got the movement, you can stay here, or you can make it a little bit more challenging by coming out into a kneeling plank position. So tucking the tailbone under, taking the weight over the wrists, same movement. Squeeze the shoulder blades, push away. Squeeze the shoulder blades, push away. And then if you want to, tucking the toes, coming into a full plank position, making sure that if you are in the full plank, you're not letting the belly drop as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. Again, the movement is driven by those shoulder blades moving. Squeeze them together, push them apart. Good, we've got 15 seconds more. Squeeze together, push apart. Remember, you can always come back to a kneeling plank or back into a box position so that you can carry on. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. From there, coming down onto the floor, palms flat to the mat. We're going to keep the elbows tight to the body and do some Sphinx stretches to help open out through the upper back. So squeeze your bottom, push your pubic bone into the floor, and then when you're ready, pressing away with the hands, keeping the pubic bone pushing in and the tummy scooping away from the mat. Vision is on the mat, shoulders are down, pausing, and then slowly releasing. And again, when you're ready, pressing into the forearms, squeezing the bottom, shoulders down, vision down. This is the upper back that's extending, not the lower back, and not the neck. We can do 2 more. Press and hold. Scoop the belly in, shoulders down. Release. 1 more time. Pressing into the floor, scoop the belly, shoulders drop. Good, then release all the way to the mat. From there, we're going to have the arms down beside you, palms facing the ceiling. When you're ready, we're going to lift the arms up and away. So we're trying to get them up above the bottom if you can. Your chest and head are resting on the floor. Obviously, I'm turned to the side so that you can hear me, but you're going to have your forehead on the mat. When you're ready, we're going to take the arms out to the side into a crucifix position where you're going to slowly rotate the palms to the floor. And then you're going to take the arms all the way in front of the body. Nice and slow. Let's go back the way we came. Out to the side. Flip the palms to the ceiling. Now see if you can get the hands as close together behind you as you can. If you can tuck the fingers, great. Keep the arms straight though. Out to crucifix. Flip the palms and up. You're looking to keep the arms high off the mat. So think about drawing the shoulder blades together. When you're ready, pull the tummy in. See if you can lift the chest up off the floor, keeping the tummy scooped in, keeping the arms nice and high. Sweep round behind. Nice and slow and controlled. Strengthening the shoulder, the back. Good, we've got 1 more. Get all the way around behind you. Keep the arms straight, tap the fingers if you can. Take the arms all the way in front. Then bend the elbows so that you pull them down. You're making a W shape now with your head being the middle of the W. From here, relax the body down onto the mat. Again, scoop the tummy away from the floor, so you pull in those lower abs. We're going to lift on the out breath, bringing the arms up with us. So keep the elbows high and level with the shoulders. We're going to pause, extend the arms into a Y shape, come back, and then tap down. Lift, extend, come back, tap down. Now, if you can, you're going to squeeze the bottom and bring the legs up with you. Just be sure that if you are bringing the legs, that you're not letting the belly push into the floor. You're still scooping it up and away. Lift, extend, come back, down. Good, we've got 10 more from here. Lift, extend, back and down. Nice and high with the arms. Tummy pulling in. Good. Keep those shoulder blades drawn together so you're nice and open across the chest. Good, we've got 5 more from here. Three, 2, and 1. Come down, hands under the shoulders, pushing up onto all fours again. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Draw the shoulders back and down and tuck the tailbone into neutral again so we're not hanging the belly. Now imagine that you're balancing a very full tray of drinks on your back, okay? Using those lower abs to keep the body centered and still so you don't spill your drinks. You're gonna slide the opposite arm and leg away as far as they'll go. Then you're gonna squeeze the bottom, lift that leg up behind you and get the arm up as high as you can without the belly and the rib cage dropping. Lift, pause, and then slowly come back in. So no movement through the body so you don't spill your drinks. Extend the other arm and leg. Lift as high as you can without dropping the ribs and belly. Come back in. You really want to get the leg and the arm up as high as you can, so you're working on the mobility and the strength to get them up there. All the way down the back. So a little pause at the top. I'm going to do 1 more to each side like this. Good. Last one to the other side. Now we're going to extend the arm and leg, lift and pause. Now keeping the arm and leg in line with the body, we're going to take the whole body out to the side and then back. So you move the body and then back into the center. So from this angle, it looks like this. But the key is to keep the leg and the arm up nice and high, not letting them drop as you move. We've got 5 more. 5, 4, keep the arm and the leg up. 3, 2, 1. Come back, bring it in. Same on the other side. Extend, lift, make sure the ribs and the tummy are pulling in, and then leg and arm. Stay in line with the body as you move the body out and in. So you're going to be working not just on the moving leg and arm to keep them up high, but also in the supporting hip and shoulder. Good. For 5, 4, keep them up nice and high. 2, and 1. Come back, bring it in, sink back, and take a little stretch. And we are done for today.